Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Glady from Gladius Creations, and today is our second series of crafting our way to Christmas collaboration. And it is gonna be amazingly fun because I have several different craft items that I'm gonna be creating, and I will do them step by step. And today I'm collaborating together with May from Craft Away with May. She's an amazing crafter. She's fun, she's loving, she's adorable. I love her. I love her spunk. I love her spirit. She's an amazing crafter. You need to check her out. She's going to be in the description down below and her channel. So let's get on with our projects, okay? Because there's so many. We're going to be working with clay, with paint, all kinds of stuff. So let's get started here. Here I have a tool that I bought on Amazon. I'm going to put it in the description box below, the link to where I bought it from, okay? And it's called an extruder, and you'll see it here in a second. I'm going to show you what it is because I'm probably not pronouncing it right, but that's what it is right there. It's a sugar paste extruder, okay? And it's not expensive. It's a great tool to have, especially if you work with polymer clay, because you could make so many things with it. Like all of those little circles make different textures, different prints, different cuts. It's kind of like making homemade pasta, but you're working it with clay. All right, and we're gonna open it up here, and there's the clays that I have that I'm gonna be using, the polymer clay that's there. I don't like them too much, but that's what I was able to get. And there I'm showing you what we're making. We're making sprinkles today. And those sprinkles, I made them last year. So this year we're going to make these. You see how I fling the clay? Because I'm not too happy that I'm going to have to use this because I didn't have time to order, nor did I have the funds to order clay online. So here I'm showing you how to take apart. This is the disc that we're going to use to make our sprinkles, okay? I'm bringing the camera down so you can see it better. And all you do is take the little chip and you place it in there, just like that. Then you screw the bottom in, just like that. Then you're going to take and open up the other side by spinning that stick. It brings the extruder back, okay, what feeds the clay. That's right there. That's what feeds the clay. So we got to pull that all the way back, and the way that you do it is you just spin that little stick. See, and it's real easy to spin. It's not hard at all. And you don't have to extrude. It depends on how much clay you're going to be putting in there. I'm going to be cutting this in sections, and you're going to see right now, I'm going to open up the red, and I'm going to show you only me doing the red at the beginning, okay? But I make sprinkles for red, green, and white, okay? Because we're using Christmas color sprinkles. And I'm sorry about coughing. My allergies have been a little bit, you know, acting up. I don't know if it's because I'm working with different things that release a lot of powder and stuff like that, and that's why I'm sensitive. I have no idea. Or I'm either catching a cold. Excuse me again. So you want some parchment paper, okay? And you want to have it ready because when you start extruding, okay, you're going to need to lay that right on some parchment paper. There I cut a piece off. That's how much I'm going to be using of the red for now. And you really got to massage this clay. It's like it has like a plastic kind of feel to it. It's like it's not foamy, it's really like plasticky, okay? And especially this polymer clay. It's really, really plasticky and it's really, really hard. Um I was looking to see if it had the instructions on the cooking temperatures, but it didn't. And what I did was, when I baked it, all I did was put the oven to 225 and let it get hot. And then once it was warm and hot, then I baked it for 15 minutes. Okay, because these aren't too big and you don't want to burn them because they do burn. Okay, so here I'm screwing the top portion down into the extruder, to the tube there, like that. Okay, and now we're ready to get it started. So what you do is then you roll it clockwise. Okay, and you want to hold it in a downward position so it doesn't curl up on you like that, because if you have it sideways it's going to bend and curl. You want to have it in a downward motion or lay it flat like I'm doing there, that I lay it flat, and then I keep straightening it out as much as possible, because you want straight sprinkles. You don't want to have curls in your sprinkles, right? So you want to try to get it as straight as possible. Then you take the scissors and just cut it. And it has a plastic feel to it. Just be gentle with it. Don't squeeze it together. But if it does stick together, don't worry about it, because it separates really easy. Okay, so don't worry about it. There I put another piece. I'm going to put in another piece of clay. I clean up a little bit on that, and then I take another piece and I roll that up. And I'm showing you this because to show you that you can continue on with the same color. And then when you're done, you want to take it apart and clean it, okay, so it doesn't mix with your other colors. Now, here I'm going to be changing the disc, okay, because I'm going to also make some candy canes. So I'm going to be doing what I'm doing next. I'm going to be doing it with the white also, okay? So I flip it over so it's easier, the parchment paper. And I want to use two sizes of the disc, the big one and the medium one. No, the small one and the big one. Okay, here I'm using the small one, the small little circle, because I want to make tiny. I want to make small little, and you can do them even littler than what I made them. Okay, but they're like tiny. Okay, and this is how it looks when it comes out. And you see how I held it at a downward position because it takes the curl away. And then I just clip the ends until all the clay is done. And I did 4 strips, okay? And then I'm going to do the smaller one. So I'm taking the bottom piece out, adding the other one in, and I made the bigger ones. And there they are, all of them. And I'm cleaning it up. I'm showing you how you're going to, you have to clean it up to do the white ones, okay? Now I did the white ones, and then I'm going to twist them together. I'm starting with the small one first. And when you're twisting it, you pull it very, very gently, okay? As you twist, you want to pull it so it adheres, so it sticks, and like squeeze it very, very lightly. You see how I'm pinching it with my finger and twisting it at the same time? Okay, and there I twisted it a little bit more, and then I roll it together. Okay, then I take my scissors and I clip them. Okay, and then I go shaping my clay to look like candy canes. See? That one's a little long, I clip it. And I save my clipping. Don't get me wrong, I'm not wasting anything. I am not wasting anything because this clay is very expensive. That package cost me 14 something, and shame on me. I didn't buy it at a discount price at Hobby Lobby, okay? But yeah, it gets expensive. So I'm going to do them all, and then I'm going to do the big ones, okay? So here's all my sprinkles and my candy canes all made. I made the green, the white, and the red, and I made my candy canes, and I'm putting it on my bake sheet, and then I bake them like I explained to you. Here, they're all baked and all done, and I'm just storing my candy canes in there, okay, in that little box that I got during the school times. Now, here is how you make them. You're going to separate them. You see how it's really easy to separate them. It's not hard at all, okay? Then you're going to try to line up the tips, and then you just clip them to the size sprinkle you want. And there you go. You have your sprinkles. And I'm going to do this off camera because this is time consuming, okay? I do the red, the green, and the white. And then now to our next little thing that we're going to be making. We're going to use foam clay. I love, love, love this foam clay. Like, love it. Okay. It's so much fun to work with. It's easy. There, I show you how easy it is. It's so nice and soft. It's so therapeutic to your hands. Okay. But it sticks to everything. So be mindful of that. All right. We're going to take a piece of plastic wrap, right? And we're going to roll a ball, and we're going to put plastic wrap over the top. Now this is if you don't have a round cookie cutter, don't worry about it. I'm going to show you how to make cookies without a cookie cutter. I take this bowl, and it's about the right size, okay, for a cookie. So, and then you just push it down and look at, voila, you get a nice little rounded, like the cookies that have the icing on the top with the sprinkles or sugar or whatever. That's what we're making. We're making those kind of cookies, okay? And you see how nice and thick and rounded it is. And I just smooth the edges out, okay? It's so pretty. And then I take the rest of it, roll it, and do the same thing all over again. Now, I would have liked it to make the cookies a little bit thicker, but because of time, I didn't have much time, the drying time, and this is sometimes up to 2 days because you got to flip them over. Okay, so I made them thin so they can dry fast, but you want to make them a little bit thicker than what I made them. And I'm showing you here that the foam clay package is really nice because it gives you tools to use for cutting and stuff with the foam. Every time you buy the foam, you get one of those kits together with that foam, and it's really reasonably priced. And I'm also put that in the description box below. And that's the only foam clay I use. I don't use no other. All right. Now I'm taking buttermilk and I'm painting them. Yes, they're not cured yet or anything. I just finished making them, but I paint them. Okay. And I always paint them. It helps it with drying. It helps it with no cracking. So what goes really good here? I'm just asking, what goes really good with cookies? And then I'll be right back, and I'm gonna show you what goes good with cookies. Tea, right? So we're gonna do a terracotta teacup. Yes, May, I'm making a terracotta teacup, and I'm gonna show you my version. I don't have the wood round circles that were big enough for my terracotta pot, and I didn't have a bottom because I bought them at Dollar Tree and they didn't have them. I also brought out a teapot because I want to make a teapot together for my teacup. Okay, so here I go, and we're gonna start making the mixture for this. I take 3 tablespoons of spackle, regular spackle, add a little bit of white paint, my mixture, 2 tablespoons of that. Mix it up really good, okay? So you want it nice, creamy, like icing, okay? And I'm not worried about painting this because the spackle is going to cover everything. So there, I'm going to show you how I spackle everything. Then I take the faux snow that you get from Dollar Tree and I sprinkle it over the top. And I'm going to show you the whole thing, okay? So you see what I'm painting and what I'm not painting. All right, so I go all the way up to the edge, you see, and I go to the bottom edge, but not the free part on the bottom, okay? That little lip, I'm not doing that. I'm going all around the spout. There you go. It's all done. Then I'm doing the back side, and I'm doing it the same way from the top to the bottom edge, okay? I'm not doing that free edge though, okay? Because we're going to do something with that later. So I make sure that there's snow all around it, in the handle, underneath the handle, and I just keep adding snow. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And there I go around the handle, see? And then I go underneath it. I'm sorry, I get off camera there a little bit. And I keep the parchment paper to catch it so I could reuse the snow that falls. Then I shake it all up and put that to the side. And then now the top here of my teacup, I'm painting it regular white, okay? Because we don't want the snow on the edges, and we do it on the inside. Then I take that same paint and I ice my cookies so it has icing. Okay, so it's thick icing. And I sprinkle my sprinkles and put a little bit of glitter so it looks like it has sugar on it, right? Then I'm going to spray paint them with a clear coat, okay, afterwards. Okay. Now, here I thought I was recording. What I did was I took poster paper and cut it the same length of the poster paper and 4 inches high up. I'm putting the hot glue all around the edges of the brim of the bottom part of the saucer. Then I connect them together right there. And then I didn't have a stencil for the top part there. So what I did was I cut it the same size as the saucer, and then I'm going to trim it after I glue it on. So I glue it on, I start trimming it like this, and now I'm like, yo, this is not working right. It's not going flush. So then I turn it upside down, and that works. And there I show you me cutting it with the edges, and I get really close to the edge. And don't worry if you can see the glue, because we're going to add snow to this and you won't see that. Then now I get this black paint from Decor and I paint all the brim on the bottom and underneath. And I'll show you here, there, you see, that's how far I'm going to go. I don't want to go all the way in the center, because I didn't know if I was going to glue it onto the terracotta pot or not. I was undecisive about that. So my little handle, I glued it on with hot glue, but later on I glue it with Gorilla Glue because it came right off. It didn't stick. So there, I got those little eyeballs I used prior for another snowman that I made. I'm going to use them again here to make his eyes. And then I try to find a placement, how I want to put them, and then I figure it out, and then I just glue them on with hot glue. and they stay really nice. I didn't think they were going to stay because of the snow, but they stuck. And then I thought I was recording when I did the nose. I did the nose with the foam clay and attached that. Then I take my black paint and I paint the mouth, and I don't stroke it, I tap it, okay, because of the snow, okay, because if not, you're going to take all the snow out, all right, and that's all I do with that. And then I get some blush and I make some cheeks. There you go. I make his cheeks. There you go. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the hat and we're going to do, I think we're going to do the brim trim, the belt around the, yeah, around the hat. And what I did was I folded it in half and then found the center, attached it to the front, and then wrapped it to the back, fold the end, and then glue it down. I'm sorry, it was off camera there. And that's all I did with that. Checked it for a fit, and that's how we're going to use it. Because his hat was bigger than his head. Yes, very big. But it looks cute. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks cute. Now we're going to work with the teapot. We're going to take crimson red and paint the bottom portion of the top of the teapot like that, okay, and leave that little round circle. And then we're going to start working with the little teapot, okay. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take that, and I took a little circle, I cut out a circle of fur. It's real wild and crazy. And I put some glue right dead in the center, pretty much of it so it could run down once I put the glue on it, okay? And you'll see that here in a second. Right there. And then I place it right on the top, and the glue runs down, and so I squeeze all the edges, and then I get all the fur that was lingering around, and I remove it, and I fluff out the fur so it has a furry pom-pom. Then I cut 3 little strips of fur, and the reason why I cut it in strips is so it's easier to apply. So then I put it on the edge, I put some hot glue on it, and then I attach it to the brim of the teapot lid, okay? And I cut it exactly like, I just eyeballed this. I didn't, I didn't do any measurements. I just eyeballed it, and I attached it all together and removed all the fur and set it to the side. Now, I take this little poinsettia, and I'm going to glue it right there to the top edge, all right? And then this little glittery bead, I put it on the center of my poinsettia. Then I take these holly leaves that are green and white, okay? And I attach that. And this is going to be a girl, by the way. A girl, little a snow girl, a snow woman, okay? And yeah, we did her really fancy. All right, so now we're going to attach the same kind of eyes. And I have no problem with that. There I attached them. Now, I attached the nose that I made off camera. I'm sorry, I did it again. I don't know if, I didn't know I didn't record it. Then I take these eyelashes that are just like little pieces of eyelashes, like extensions. And I tried to do it with the tweezer, and it got stuck to the tweezer, so I did it with my finger. I hate doing it with my finger because I always get burned. And I attached it to the bottom part of the eye, and you're going to see on the bottom side to the right and to the left of the eye to the left, okay? So you'll see it here. I'll show you there. I showed you real quick. Then I take some black paint again, and I'm going to do the mouth. I do them now. Oh, look at the eyelashes. You can see the eyelashes now. They look so cute. And then I do her little smile. And there she is. Isn't she darling? She's so adorable. And I'm going to put the lid on it and try to show you. There you go. I showed you it. And then I take red ribbon and I fold it in the center, add some glue to it, wrap it around. And then what I do is I do a little, I had to fix the mouth because I touched it. And then I do a little, just like a knot right there and make it look like the wind is blowing it. Yeah, I have a little bit of problem because I'm trying not to touch the mouth. And I crinkle it like that. And there you go. Oops, see, the lid fell off. And there she is. And you'll see her better in the final reveal. Then I take the teacup and we're going to work on him now. I'm going to take some white paint. And we're going to paint the handle white. Because I want everything to blend. I was going to do it at candy cane, but I thought it was going to be taken away from the snowman too much. So I just left it white. Okay. And then here, we're doing the hat. So I'm taking some holly leaves, some holly beads, this pine, 2 peppermints, and there I go. I'm going to start with the pine. I'm going to clip them in half and trim off that wire. And I glue them on, and they give me a little bit of problem. Well, the second one, when I attached it, and I attached it because I touched it standing instead of laying to the side, like standing, but a little bit to the right. And then I take my holly leaves and put them in. The same way I did the pine. Then I take the little beads and I put 3 of those. Those are just styrofoam beads. I just pulled it off of a pick. And then here I'm taking the candy canes that we made. And I'm attaching them to the hat. And there you go. You'll see that better in the final reveal. Now I'm going to take this. And I don't know if I cut it out, but I had a lot of problems with my puff paint. I think it was clogged inside. And every once in a while, yeah, I speed it up. That's what I did. I didn't delete it. But see how I was having problems? It would not squirt out. And I had to keep messing with it and cleaning it out. And I do little, like, little dots of snow, and then I do the trimming on the bottom. And I keep getting off camera because I'm getting frustrated with this puff paint. I usually make my own puff paint, and I have a recipe that I can share with you if you want it. But that's usually what I use. But I didn't have any made, so I just used this pre-made one. Then I take a stencil brush from Dollar Tree, and I just dry brush around to make it look like there's snow, like printed onto the hat, and you'll see that better in the final reveal. Okay, here I just take a white napkin, glue it to the bottom. Then I take this white ball from Dollar Tree, and I glue that styrofoam ball in there. Then I take these picks that I got from Dollar Tree, and I put them in. They're like the tree filler stems, and I curl them up. And I put a total, I think it's 6 of them. No, 4 of them. Then I got that pick at Hobby Lobby for $5.99 at 50% off. I put them in. Those are so cute. They're all peppermint candies. And then I take some pine cones and I glue them in. Voila. And there you go. And then I didn't show you off camera, but I put the Spanish moss, and then I sit there and I look at it, and I did off camera. I forgot to dry brush to fold the pine, and I do that off camera, okay? Then I take the same thing. I'm doing the green ribbon to make a scarf for him, okay? And do the same, bring it through the loop, the handle, and I tie a knot, and then I crinkle it up to make it look like the wind is blowing it. And then here goes the final reveal. Let's enjoy some music while we watch the photo shoot. How sweet was that, huh? I love Christmas music. It's so spiritual, so uplifting. Look at them cookies. They look amazing, don't they? I want to say thank you so much for watching my video. Make sure you go into the description box below and check out May's video. She's an amazing crafter. You're gonna love her. She is such a wonderful person. I love her. I watch every video that she makes, and this was a dupe of her creations that she makes terracotta teacups at the end of every one of her videos. She has a collection going on. Go check her out. She's amazing. She is awesome. And here I'm showing you every little piece in a circular motion, and they're gonna have video of it also in sets, okay, or individually. I want to say thank you so much for watching. This is series number 2. Series number 3, I'm going to be doing another collab, and I will be announcing that one. That's for the 4th, okay? And that girl that I'm doing that craft with, she's an amazing person. And just stay tuned for the announcements. You're going to enjoy this. There's going to be 9 different crafters that I'm doing this series with. So this is part 2. If you missed part 1, just go to my channel and you should be able to find the next, the first one. And then you could just watch this all together. Okay, and once again, I want to say thank you so much for checking my video out. Also, down in the description box below, I have a Buy Me a Coffee account. If you can go down there and give a donation, I would greatly appreciate it. It's not a must. If you can't do it, you don't have to. But the link is there. It gets kind of costly sometimes to make these crafts and stuff. And if I have donations and people helping me out, it does help out a lot, believe me. Also, my email is there. If you want to send me stuff, you can email me and we can talk about the address to where to send the stuff. I don't like to put my address out there. Just so that's why I don't have it in the description box. I also have my Cashapp there. If you want to do it that way and send money to my Cashapp, you can do that too. And it's all going to go towards buying materials. I will not, it's not that I'm looking for an income or anything. It's just to help me out with, like paper products, paints, whatever, anything that I need so I can bring out more craft stuff to you, because it does get kind of costly. Craft items are very expensive nowadays. So it does help out a lot. I also at the end here, you're gonna see a QR code there where you could scan that too. Um and that takes you to my Buy Me a Coffee account also. All right, and like I said, check out the playlist. There's an amazing crafter. Her name is May. It's not a playlist. This is a collaboration with just May and me. But she's amazing. Check her out. I'm telling you, and she is such a beautiful person. You'll see what I mean. She is so loving and caring. I love her. Okay, so stay tuned. I have 7 more series are going to be coming out with different crafters 2 times a week. Plus, on top of that, I'm going to be having my normal collaborations, my normal playlists that I'm going to be crafting for. On Sunday is one of them. It's going to be the What Would You Make collaboration. So stay tuned for that one. That one's going to be beautiful. You got to see that one. It's only going to be 2 crafts, but it's beautiful. I mean, gorgeous. You're going to really love that. And that's Sunday. I think it's either 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't remember exactly what it is. So once again, thank you so much for watching my video. Check out May. You stay blessed. Happy holidays to you and your family and all your loved ones. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Love you guys. Mwah.